So, we're going to, I'm going to call the meeting to order at 6:02. And like I said, I'm going to review this ordinance. Here are some of the contents of this ordinance that are probably the most unique, okay? The new Parks Board is limited to 4 members. 3 of us are here, 1 of them is sick. It establishes a park superintendent and a superintendent's backup, which is a different thing, but I think it's going to be a very positive thing. And the roles and responsibilities are different, but at least they're well defined. You know what I'm saying? The old ordinance was established March 7th, 1995, when Austin was a town. So it has been a long time. Park and Recreation were created under the ordinance, superintendent of Parks Boards, a membership 4, all appointed by the mayor. Now, what that's a little different, and Haley Baker's probably going to relate to this more than anybody. Prior to this, and as long as it exists, as the Parks Board existed in 1978, when I was a member on that board, we had a representative from the township trustee. That no longer will exist, but I have been asked to continue as the liaison, the go-between with the trustee. So we'll still keep them involved because they're very much a part, have been and will be. We serve without compensation. The superintendent is compensated. The strange thing, and I read through here, which blew my mind, I'd loved to have had this at Ford. Although the mayor appoints the superintendent, we have to approve him. So in other words, I guess we could say no, not that we ever would, but I'd love to have said no to all the bosses I work for a board. We have to have a president, a vice president, and a secretary. 3 members are required to be here to act on anything. We can share and discuss, but not act if there's less than 3. And I'm just hitting the high points that jumped out at me. We are expected to prepare and submit an annual budget, and in conjunction with the superintendent, which that's an excellent thing. We really didn't have a big role in that. And quite honestly, our budget was so low, it would have probably only taken 5 minutes. We have to appoint a board member to serve on another board of commissioners whenever the appointment is authorized by the statute. We have one, and the person that has said they would continue to be on it is not here, so we'll wait till the next meeting. Like I said, it's a 5-page document, but those were the high points. Just wanted to, so you think, so you say, well, where's everybody at? Whatever. I just wanted to explain that a little bit, and these 2 gentlemen have a copy of this. I've had a copy of it for about a week and a half. So, first thing we have to do, as we had to do every year at the first meeting, is to reorganize. And reorganize meaning reappoint officers. So at this point, I would open the floor up for nominations for president of the Parks Board.
Well, I think that you should, I want to nominate you as president of your Parks Board.
I used to like you. Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. And I'm kind of acting as a secretary, that's why I'm going slow. Because I was a secretary before. Any discussion, questions? Okay.
I mean, honestly, out of anyone in this group, you, Ishmael, have been the one that has spearheaded the efforts. You go out in the middle of the night, early in the day, making sure things run efficiently. So the man at the head should be you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? I respectfully will abstain because of it's my name. So 201. I will follow on just a couple of comments relative to John's comments. The other four people, 5 with one that's absent, were a big part of the success of the parks in Austin since I've been involved in it. 2 of the park board members elected to roll off. 2 of them we had to shrink down, but all of them have been major contributors. They might have done it in the back room or quietly, but every one of them played a very significant role. Everything from suggesting things to going out and looking up things to reacting to things. So we're going to miss them. We're going to miss their input tremendously. I mean, it's just shocking, but that's how it is. Okay, next I would open up the floor for recommendations for VP. By the way, I'm not allowed to do that now that I'm the president. Okay.
Does all this have to be settled tonight?
Huh?
Does this have to be settled tonight on big meeting and?
Well, yeah, technically speaking, you have to reorganize the first meeting.
I mean, I would put my name out there for it.
Okay. Sean has volunteered. Okay. Second. Okay. CHADE. It says D. Okay. All those in favor? And I can vote on that. Anyone opposed? Okay. Now this is the interesting one. I hate to share this because I just discovered it my 3rd reading of the ordinance today. We have to have a secretary, which is the role I played. Chad shaking his head. That one we probably can hold off on because the weirdest thing, the secretary doesn't have to be a board member.
Really?
Huh. I told Melissa Turner she was going to be in. She threatened killing me on the spot. So we can hold off on that one as long as we got a president and vice president.
That sounds good.
Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to say that I hope I can do this job, but quite honestly, I was not looking forward to having to do this job. As some of you all may know, I'm actively involved in lots of other things, of which I am the president. And, there's only so much of me to go around, and I keep losing weight, so I'm gonna have to go around. But I'll do my best as always. And if I can't do it, I'll let the right people know. Okay, next is to approve the parking superintendent as appointed by the mayor and their backup. The mayor has chosen, and this is an opportunity, so that people aren't confused. This can be a person who is an employee of the city existing. It's a compensated role, and the mayor has tagged Shane Terry for that position. And just as a comment, we've worked very closely with him in the past, but I need a motion to approve that appointment.
I approve.
I'll say.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, all those in favor? 3-0. Now, another one, which I got enlightened today on this one, is he has a backup, an alternate, a whomever, whatever you call them. And that one is Todd Campbell, as per the mayor. And he is to act in loco Shane when Shane is not here. So I entertain a motion to approve that.
Put that out there.
Yeah, Chad
Yeah.
and John. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. Great. Moving on. And this is kind of, we're going to do this. We can do this 2 ways. Normally we just say, if there's a guest here, we say John Doe, but this, we're going to do a little different. A couple, 3 months ago, the Parks Board said, it is a community park. It's not just our park. It's not the city's park. And a lot of people in this community do a lot to make the Parks Department what it is. So we agreed that once a quarter, we would recognize somebody as a friend of the park. So we decided to go full bore, and what we were doing is we were recognizing a group of people, and we call them the Walkers. Not their last names, but this is people, for those of you watching, they're up there every day, some subset of them. Some of them are there, rain, shine, hot, cold, wind, but a big component of them are there every day. They police the park. They are not one bit bashful to say, hey, this is broken, we ran this person out, we think you should do this. They go around when it's active in the summertime, pick up the garbage that's been thrown down, bring golf balls for the putt-putt golf course, everything. So, and that's what it's all about. 3 or 4, 5, 6 or 8 people can't make the Parks Department in any city a success. If you don't have the people engaged, you'll fail. Because just as there's people that help out the park, there's a few that don't, but those that do, put those people in shape. There's not a person on this list, I don't think, that would not call somebody out if they saw them doing something wrong with the park. Because I know they've done it, you know. Hey, that person did that. Hey, you shouldn't do that. And that's what it's all about. I mean, I don't advocate anybody going to the point of putting themselves at harm, but if you see somebody doing something wrong, hey, that's not the right behavior. And usually that's all it takes. And it's the eyes. Things aren't wrong when there's eyes on this. And I'm getting a little bit editorial, but you know, 8, 9 years ago, all I could hear when I came back here permanently, the community park, the parks are just a drug haven. There's 40,000 drug addicts up there. And I've been here 6, almost 7 years back engaged. Since I've been here, I've seen one needle. Okay? When we do cleanup for the Easter egg hunt, last 3 years, and Shane can attest to this. And why is that? People won't do things wrong if they know people are looking at them. But if there's nobody there to see them, we were all teenagers at one time. If nobody's watching, we'd throw a few eggs and rolls of toilet paper. Okay? So having those eyes there and being held accountable is what it's all about. So without further ado, I would like to recognize these people, and this is no particular order. The first one is Danny Hines. Come on down. Now, Danny, no disrespect to you all, but Danny is probably the most consistent walker up there. He is there every day. Didn't see him today. But Danny, congratulations. We appreciate everything you do. Next one is Russell Henry. Hustle, Russell.
What's this for?
This is for being a good member and walking at the park. You're a walker. We've changed your name. Next one is Roger Morris. Congratulations, Roger. Now, I'll say a few things about Roger. Roger is definitely not bashful, and he will tell me things that I go, huh? And then I reflect on it, and I say, you know, he's right. You know, why don't we plant trees instead of cutting them down? Where's the flowers? Where's the wildflowers? Where's the exercise equipment? And I say, go away. But all of those are things that we're putting in our 5-year plan. And that's what I like. People say, why don't you? Can we? Because we don't know it all. Trust me, we do not know it all. Okay, thank you. Next one, Evelyn Marshall.
I have a hitch in my back. Thank you.
Next one, you know, we lost the walk.
I'll get it.
Brian Finger. Next, Bad Kenny Baker. Thanks a lot, Kenny. Next, now this is a person that has in the past and hopefully will continue to do a lot more than just walk up the park. And because they've been a long-term time member on the board of trustees, and the trustees and this board has given us tremendous amount of support financially and community support in everything we've done in the parks. And that's Haley Baker. I didn't sign these because I wasn't sure I was going to be the president. So I signed it all.
All right, thank you.
Now, this next one, I'm a little bit hesitant to just call this person a walker, because this person, I know he has a GPS tracker on me, because every time I go up to park to do something, he shows up to help. Paint, move, scrape, inspect, whatever, and that's Charlie Austin. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Hey, look. Okay, next one is Jolene Couch.
Thank you.
Now, I'll come around and sign the rest of your oaths, but I forgot to. This next person, I'm almost embarrassed to call them a walker.
Yeah.
They're a runner. They laugh at everybody the whole time, and that is Mark Tribute.
Thank you.
Run back to your seat. Now, just a comment, Mark Tribute is responsible, you know, everybody has 15 seconds of fame. Well, Mark Tribute is responsible for my 15 seconds of fame. He took the picture of me, the video of me flipping the lawnmower over, it was on emergency. So everybody has their 15 seconds. Did I miss anybody?
Over here.
Okay.
Mine's my son. Here. Is yours son? Yeah, he's fine.
That's what an auto camera.
Yes.
Is son Brian? Yes, ma'am. Here
Right. So you got some graduating this year.
This one already was the last one.
Like you said, it's about 4 years.
Okay, any questions, comments? Be nice.
Thank you so much.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very
Proud
deserved.
of the park and all you do up there.
Okay. And something else, and this is what I'm gonna try and do is, the brown wooden display up there with the glass in it on each side, probably gonna get a plaque, a big wooden plaque, and put, every time we do this, the person's name on there for posterity. Okay, okay. We recognize the guests, okay. Review the December minutes. Gentlemen, you have them in front of you. I'm sure you had plenty enough time to read them. I would entertain a motion to approve those.
Second that.
Okay, Chad and John. Okay, the December claims, we only have one. And it's $21.99 at 256 Supply. It was purchased and spent by Ishmael White. And it's a set of security Allen wrench bits. It's to take Allen screws out that's got the little tip on them. The guy doing the park stuff at Spicertown couldn't get some screws loose, and that's whenever I said, oh, those are security bits, so I had to buy a pack of them. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
Okay. Can you see it? Okay. And that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's kind of nice to not spend any money or very little money. That's not usually the case. Okay. Getting into the agenda, parking lot items, and people look at that and go, what do you mean? These are things that we know we got to do. We just put them in the parking lot and I'm going to address them later. Landscaping at Campbell's Park, not around to that yet. Additional parking at Broadway. That's something that is discussed every conversation. I was actually up there today looking at what could possibly be done, and I have some thoughts that I'd like to share with the mayor or some others. Fishing bench installation. A couple years ago, I built 6 fishing benches for Mano, and I never did get around to install them because it's going to take a little work. I've got them. We just need to drill the holes and set them in them. They got the legs and everything already on them. And then the large fallen tree at Mano, we just need to figure out, it's going to fall on somebody or something one of these days. Okay. I'm sure our new superintendent might be able to help us with that. Okay, old business, Spicertown update. The mulch and border is about 80% done. The person doing that told me we're going to get back onto it this week. I hope they get it done. I took care of some of the screws he couldn't get loose. It's going to be a beautiful week. I hope they get it. Hope he gets it done. Mado pond status. Take the pumps out. That's complete. Thanks to Shane and company. Need to start about reviewing our 5-year plan. We've got a tremendous amount of input from the Parks Board members. We will do a survey of the middle school and high school after the end of the semester. I put together the 10 questions and the school has reviewed it. We will put out here in the treasurer's office a stack of these papers, and in case somebody wants to come in and make a suggestion. The next 2 meetings, February and March, the first 15 minutes of the meeting, we will publish that if people want to come and make public comments, they will. That's kind of where that's going. We have to have a 5-year plan ready to submit by April 1st. And to get any money, you got to have a 5-year plan. They don't want to spend money if they don't think you have a big picture. I'll say something complimenting the board and everybody involved. 5 years ago, we put together a 5-year plan, had 42 actions on it. We did 31 of them. We obviously, you don't always do everything. And we did 9 that we didn't have on it. So we did a pretty daggone good job. That's far above and beyond what you normally do. If you do 50% of them, you're doing great. I've been working on an exercise pavilion, which several of you may have been aware of. It's been a roller coaster or maybe a downhill slide. We were approached with an organization, 2 organizations, national, one state and one national, that had a grant. It was not a big grant, but they had a very expensive plan. I went to Bloomington and looked at what they'd done up there. I went to Seymour, looked at what they did up there. And quite honestly, I came back, started looking and said, man, we could do that a lot cheaper. So I started looking around And I've gotten some estimates, not necessarily quotes, but, from people that is probably 35% of what they were gonna do. Now, there's no grant there, but the grant was only gonna be $30,000 to $60,000 on a $230 effort, $30,000 effort. Probably the most likely candidate is TAG Equipment in Pekin, Indiana. They've come up and actually looked at the site 2 times, and they've put together a quote, and they put together a package quote for the exercise pavilion, swings, which we left out of the PNR grant, and playground equipment on the north side, and his price was unbelievably low. So if we go forward with this and get the money, he would probably be the person that would be very close in the running. And I've got a guy out of Noblesville that's giving me an estimate. And I don't go looking for these people. They come looking for us because they see on social media, they call up and say, hey, I can help you. So that's something that's still in the making. Okay, light and bench installed at Community Park. The supplier has done some work. They again said they're hopefully going to get it done this week. Didn't see them today. It's a beautiful day. It consists of putting in 6 benches, 9 of the refurbished lights from Main Street, and a big solar light contraption in a large parking lot. So hopefully they get that done, because there's not going to be many nice weeks after this one until probably March. Zip line at Spicertown. The person doing the work at Spicertown gave us a quote last meeting. We approved it, but he has not done anything yet. So that's old business. New business, we bought, because, with all the stuff that we've been doing, we got locks and keys. You walk sideways with all the keys. So we went out and bought all new locks with the same key. And some of them with a thing called a magic lock, where you can take a device that they have, stick it in there, put the key in, and that key becomes the key for that lock. I put in new ones for the 5 bathrooms. I got the 5 bathrooms done and installed because it was closing. So we got 5 or 6 more to go. Water service to Spicertown transfer, transferring it to the city. It's complete. It was a kind of a strange example. When I went to turn the water on, they said, you don't own this, and the person who owned it is 7 years behind on their water bill. The city got it fixed. So that's their, we'll turn it on. Okay. New business, we've talked about this, and I've talked with the mayor about it. I don't think I've talked to Shane about it. Is something we have wanted to do for a long time, had some hurdles. Just like the Friends of Hardy Lake, having a day or 2 in the year where we invite everybody who wants to come to the park and help. All, if it's 50 people, we'll find something to do. If it's 3, we'll find something to do. Painting picnic benches, refastening the nets on the baseball fields, painting dugouts, picking up limbs, really healthy people realign the parking bumpers, painting the parking bumpers. There's lots of work that could be done. And if we invite the people to do it, again, that's ownership. So I'm working through that. It's not something we're going to do next week. But probably at most do one, at least do one, at most maybe do one at opening and closing. When you get ready to open things up, go up and straighten things up. Then there's work involved, putting out the putt-putt golf course, putting it back up. We'll have 2 putt-putt golf courses by spring of this year, because there's one built it's sitting in the maintenance building. So that's something we were thinking about doing, and
I think that whenever we had the youth grant making council come in and do some work, there seemed to be a lot of interest, and the kids really enjoyed themselves. We can maybe do that in conjunction with
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
just
some local community
have
groups.
have a day and say, everybody that wants to come up, we'll give you a paintbrush, a hammer or saw or something. If it's just pull weeds or pick up or cut, little saplings are coming up on the trees and things like that. Rake up leaves, yeah, and when John, who was a big part of that, he kind of spearheaded getting the grant council up there to paint the bullards. I mean, several people said, who was those people? They did a great job. Well, they'll know. And someone said, who's that old man painting? It was John, because his daughter's on the council. So a question to you guys, and this was something don't have to do today, but I just want to throw it out for thought. Is 6 o'clock Monday a good time, bad time? Is there another time, another day? I'm fairly flexible.
I'm just doing with basketball right now.
Yeah.
Basketball's over.
Yeah, and when there was more of us, it was more of a challenge, but, and I know I talked to you Saturday or Sunday one, and you said, really, my biggest problem was the special meetings, not the regular meetings.
yeah,
So,
Yeah, I think that having the meeting, be the meeting, and if there's changes to be made, that's it needs to be a special occasion, but, keep it that first Monday at 6 o'clock of the month, no problem, just, we gotta be able to schedule ourselves for it.
okay, yeah, so we'll just keep it, I had that there when we really didn't know who was gonna be on here.
We don't have any problem with Mondays either.
Yeah, okay, good. Next is some walk-ins. You guys got any walk-ins? Things that I didn't capture that the new secretary will capture? Okay, I have 4, wow, yeah. Appointment to the board, this is the one that is the Advisory Planning Commission. I didn't know till this weekend that one of the members of that board is appointed by the Parks Department. Been on the board for 6 years, I never knew. Freddie Hale is on it, and I think he has said that he wants to stay on it, so, since he's not here, somebody will make a motion to keep him there.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. I'll teach him to not show up. Okay, I got one on there okay, no, that's this, okay, Shane, you have any words of wisdom?
Not really, I mean, you guys, I don't know if everybody knows me, I've been here 28 years, worked a lot with the park, I mean, the whole 28, we've always helped out the park and stuff, so. But, we're gonna pick up the pace this year since we're doing this, got a couple extra guys this year, so we can really, pitch in and help out a lot, so. Yeah, our plans are to stay up on top of everything this year. Mano Park especially. I mean, we got a lot of flack about it last year. Heard a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I was up there actually today on the board, kind of looking, and yeah, we have 2 challenges up there. It's the duckweed, which is that green stuff, but the bigger problem is that stuff is growing around the banks.
Well, last year, toward the end of the year, I experimented. I got with some guys that work with the Aqua Group and told me what to use. I did use it, and it started killing. I'm hoping we found what we need to keep the pond clear. So,
And we currently have 6 nuisance geese up there. I used to have 7, one must have gotten killed. I have the name of a local animal person that will take them, not kill them, relocate them. He did some work for my brother-in-law, and that's how I got his name. And he said, "Oh yeah, we do that." And that would help. A couple of them really need to be caught and have some work done on their wings. 2 of them got broken wings, but that's something I've got his card, and he's a local person. He took the bats out of my brother-in-law's belfry, top of his house, so, okay. Yeah, and as I said to the mayor, you know, Shane has always been cooperative and able to work. My only reservation previously is the man has a full-time job. Hey, Shane, come here, we need you to do this. And what do I not do? What my boss told me to do? No, you know, so now it's a better working relationship. We will have some hurdles. We'll do some things wrong because there's things in there that's like, huh? You do what? But read through it and it's a learning process. But I really believe personally deep down that when it's all said and done, this will make our Austin's Parks Department a much, much better Parks Department. Yeah. And that's the one thing I left out. I'm trying to read my scribbling here. We, the Parks Board and Shane, we need to come up with a mechanism to promote the park. Whether it be social media, a website, an article, you know, put on the city's website or whatever, highlighting something. Because even though there's a lot of people, you all, and others that appreciate it, and there's still a lot of people in this town and in this community and in this county will ask me, where's the Broadway Park? And I go, huh? What? The one's been there for 50 years. So we need to toot our own horn a little bit more and come up with, you know, a website or tie it to the cities and do something with highlighting, you know, let's spotlight this, spotlight the walking trail, spotlight the splash park, let's spotlight everybody playing pickleball, let's spotlight Spicertown, and get more people aware, because it still amazes me that people, oh, you got a walking trail? You got a dog park? 2 of them, yeah, really? So it's sometimes the best kept secret in town is the best thing in the town. And I think Austin Community Park specifically and Spicertown is something I always wanted to do, and we need to do more. You got 1,000 people over there that have access to nothing. They're on an island. Just the only problem, there's no water between us and them. I mean, they have to walk to go everywhere, do anything, have any recreation or anything. So this is much needed. And people will say, well, there's no people in Spicertown. Well, those 2 streets, Tibbs and the other one, there's 71 houses, 71 homes on those 2 streets. 71 homes. National average 2.2 kids per home. That's 175 kids. Okay? You'll be amazed. And that's just those 2 streets. That's when you first turn off.
Trailer Park has 100 trailers,
Yep.
just in that one trailer
Yeah.
park, so.
And I hear there's,
That part the part that I live in, they're expanding,
Mhm.
like they built 3 new houses in December. They're building 2 more, probably be done by the end of January. And they're looking to build more, from what I understand. They're really expanding that little
and
area.
I've heard through the rumor there's some fabulous thing going to happen to Campbell's Trailer Park. I don't know what it is. I was afraid to ask. But, well, the guy was buying a house next to it, and they told him, oh, that trailer park aren't gonna look anything like it does now in a year or 2. We have some great plans for it. And I'm going, okay, I'm gonna shut up and get out of here. Yeah, that was the last, and those are just things we need to start as we start the new year, start thinking about. Because we're kind of closing up a lot of the things that we've got on the table. So without further ado, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
I'll second Anybody opposed? Yeah. Okay, great. And I got 20 minutes to get home and watch Vanna.
You got Vanna all yourself.
Oh, guys.
It'll take me 20 minutes to figure out how to unlock or lock these doors.
Keep that.